Pretty much the complete opposite to Jett. He misses a lot of them, and he makes all of us cuss and throw our hands in the air when he misses a lot of them. And he gets a thrill out of it, me not as much. I like to hit them all. If I miss a few, it's okay, but generally hit them all. But I don't know, dude, like we worked a lot on them. I feel like my style and technique really just works well in the whoops. You know, obviously tight knees, central. I'm more in the center of the bike where Jett's more kind of off the back. So I don't know, momentum's your friend. Obviously just finding the rhythm of said whoops you're riding at that time. I know the whoops at Arlington were different. You know, the second whoop was really big. You had to get up over and into the whoops, where some other sets were just pretty even and big, and you just kind of be patient but carry good speed in, so yeah.
I think it's just confidence, knowing where you want to put your front wheel, and I know each time where I want to put my front wheel, where I want my back wheel to land, and I think that gives me a little bit of advantage on some people, but also costs me sometimes because I get too confident. I want to go faster and faster because I get that adrenaline rush.
For the most part, it's just trying to get as light as possible. When you have those edges, especially later in the main event, the deeper you are on the whoop, the worse you're going to get through them, usually the harder it is. So obviously entry speed is key, and getting just super light on that first one, which is obviously, it's a catch-22 because if you go over it, then you're in trouble. But you want to be just right on top of it and kind of just keep that gas at a steady angle, and yeah, you'll go right across them. Obviously they're really treacherous. Obviously late in the main event for us, the track's pretty beat up, but yeah, for me, I like them, and it's challenging for sure.
No, for sure. If you've ever seen Jett go through the whoops, you know you can correct. And then there's some where you can't correct, it's too far gone, but no, you can definitely correct in the whoops.
Yeah, I change gears. I normally, when it's a turn into whoops, I'm normally third in the whoops, in the turn, and then once I go off the starter loop, I click fourth, hit the first whoop, and then I click fifth. And then every now and then I'll start downshifting once I come out of the whoops, but it just depends on what type of whoop section it is.
Yeah, I mean, some tracks are different. Some tracks require jumping, but mostly skimming is going to be faster every time. I like to jump, I like to skim. It doesn't really matter, just kind of how the track plays out is usually when I make my decision, probably in the heat race or early in the main event. Usually we have that option to jump, but most of the time skimming's faster.
I'm a rider that usually likes to skim the whoops always, and whoops have actually been my favorite part of the supercross track for the most part, but that is also very dependent on how you have your bike set up. Lately I've been kind of struggling a little bit in the whoops, so they haven't really been my favorite, but at the same time we got something figured out right now where the bike seems to be working really good. But for the most part, yeah, I definitely like skimming the whoops, but sometimes the track builders here, they build them too gnarly, and it makes people need to roll them, so then they become jumpers. So instead of them kind of making halfway decent where we can continue to skim them, it would definitely be the way to go. But you know, we kind of deal with both throughout the season.
Yeah, actually I've been working a little bit, especially when they're right out of the corner. You kind of want to get as much speed as possible, so you want to be in a gear that's going to pull you out. So usually second's good, and then on the first loop you want to shift up, which gets a little hairy sometimes, just if you miss a shift or whatnot. But yeah, I've been working on shifting in the loops a little bit.